It's Fans Corner. Welcome to it, and thank you so much for making time for us once again. We are back in the Nedbank Cup last 16, Kiona, and we've just watched Kaizer Chiefs against Chippa United out at the FNB Stadium, and Kaizer Chiefs winning that game by 3-0. As you can tell, I'm excited as a Kaizer Chiefs fan. I'm definitely jubilated. I'm over the moon. A comfortable win. It's how we win that makes me more excited rather than the win itself. Yes, I'm excited because of the win, but also how we won the game, how we played the game. It makes me even more happier. Nabi signings are proving to be working for him. All three of them. Actually, today is one of those games where you say it was a team effort. Games like that, you can't really single out one player and say this is the player that won us the game, because it was just a team effort. Almost everyone had a great game. Amazing shift by the boys on the pitch, and also those who came from the bench as well. They came and played their part. I think the majority of the players had a great game. The only player that I don't think had a great game, and I know it's gonna sound silly, but it's based on what I've seen. We kept a clean sheet, but I still feel like the goalkeeper was a bit shaky sometimes. I don't think he had his best game. In any case, they didn't test him that much. So maybe if he had a few saves, we would be saying he also had a good game. But sometimes he was not even under pressure, but he looked a bit shaky. So I know it sounds stupid to say he didn't have the greatest of game, and yet we have a clean sheet, which is rare. You know, Kaizer Chiefs haven't been keeping clean sheets this season. It's a very, very rare. It's one of the few that we have. And shout out to the defense. I think the man of the match was Riff Frosler, if I'm not mistaken. Well deserved. I think there are many players who rose their hands for man of the match. I think it could have been anyone. You know, Pule Modi had a very good game as well. I think I would have chosen him. But it was a team effort, which is what I liked. I liked how we started the game. I liked how we started the game with so much energy, with the intention to score, which makes it easier. I think it makes it easier for Chiefs when they score early. It makes it easier for any team when they score early. Sometimes, yes, it depends who you're playing against, because there are those teams that if you score early against them, you rattle them and they come for you. But I think Chiefs, being the team that they are, when they score early, the game becomes a little bit easier for them. There have been a few where they've scored early and then they went on to draw the game, because now they don't have to chase the game. They don't have the pressure. They play much better without the pressure. And today we saw that because they scored a little bit earlier, they were able to play their football. What I have to say is that the signings from Kaizer Chiefs, I'm starting to see what Nabi wanted to do with these signings, because I mean, he signed 3 players and then he immediately after signing them, they started the games. He didn't introduce them into the starting 11 gradually. They hit the ground running. We saw Morris starting the game. We saw Lilepo. We saw Cele as well starting the game. So it's one of those things that I think is working now. It seems to be working. What I have to comment about is Thabo Cele's movement. He's what I'll call an efficient player. He knows when to run. He knows he runs when he needs to run. Is typical to what you see if you watch English football. If you look at Liverpool players, most of the squad, the way they move, they don't just run at any time. They don't run at random times. They run when they have to run. And Thabo Cele is one of those players. He doesn't run a lot, but he keeps his position, and his passes are very good. And I'm starting to see how he's going to be very positive. He's going to be a positive impact on this Kaizer Chiefs side. There was a time, I think, in the first half where Kaizer Chiefs were so good on the ball that it felt like we have 13 players on the field, because especially in the attacking line, because it's the ball, the sharing of the ball was so good and it was shared consistently. My only critique in that first half is that even in the second half, it also happened towards the end when it was clear that we were winning the game, is that sometimes we tend to overshare the ball when we could make a move forward. Sometimes we ended up sharing the ball too many times sideways and not going forward. But today I can't really complain much about that because we got the results, we got the goals, and we are through into the next stage of the competition. So I was happy with that. The goal that we scored, the first goal from Sirino, man, what a thunderous goal! What a thunderous goal! Reeve Frosler. Yeah, I was struggling with this name. With the assist, the beautiful cross, beautiful pass. Sorry, and big shot from Sirino. And I think you know what the other thing that I like about this front three, the front three. Sometimes it looked like a front four because you'd have Lilepo, you'd have Morris, you'd have Sirino, and you also have Modi as well. Sometimes it looked like that because Morris is not much of a target man. Sometimes we drop in a little bit deep and join them, and then it looks like a front four. What I liked was when they make the switch, where we switch between Lilepo and Modi. One the switch sides when Modi goes to the right and Lilepo goes to the left, and the defense is found confused. They don't know how to deal with them, and that also gives the likes of Morris and Sirino the chance and the space to play the game and create more chances there. I really enjoyed seeing that as well. I think in the second half, the first half was good. We scored the first goal, which gave us the comfort to play our football. Like I said, we tend to overshare the ball because of being comfortable. But in the second half, I think Chippa United tried to come into the game. For the majority of the second half, we saw them trying to come into the game and trying to create chances of their own. It just wasn't happening for them, unfortunately. There were so many balls that they lost. Their passes were so many loose passes, and there were so many interceptions from Kaizer Chiefs. And that's why I see the likes of Thabo Cele being very, very effective there at the center of the park. But the substitution that was made around the 70th minute, the substitution of Shabalala and Matlo, that turned back Chiefs into the Chiefs of the first half, first 30 minutes, first 20 minutes or so. Because the first 20 minutes we saw Kaizer Chiefs very, very effective going forward and very, very on top of the game. And then we started seeing the performance dropping, and then it came back. It came back in the second half, just after that substitution of the bringing in of Shabalala and Matlo. Those are proper ball players, and you find these Chippa United players who are already tired there. They couldn't cope with it. It kind of rejuvenated almost everyone. Even Modi started to look like Modi of the first half again after the substitution of Du and George Matlo, and it started to look like we have 13 players again, because the first half, like I said, it looked like there were so many Kaizer Chiefs players at some point in the game. And also towards the end, how we started the game is how we ended the game. And I'm happy with how the substitutions were made, because if you remember, if you go back to a game, there were a couple of games in the league where I was saying, we can't keep on relying on these youngsters to save us. We need to bring in people who are experienced, and people who are already in the team need to raise their hands and try to be reliable and save the team when it needs to be. Because there were a number of games when we were saved by the youngsters. I did say that. And now I'm happy with what I'm seeing. The likes of Vilakazi and Shabalala coming in when the team now is winning. Obviously, sometimes they'll have to come in when the team is losing and try to win us some games. But I felt like the load on their shoulders was too big on small shoulders. They don't have the kind of experience that can sustain us throughout, can keep on winning us games and saving us from losing positions. So I was happy to see them coming in when the team is pressure free and they could play their football. You saw Vilakazi. Yes, we can talk about the showboating and stuff, but we've always known that's who he is. And we saw Shabalala comfortable on the ball, knowing very well that we're winning this game. It was a beautiful thing to watch at the end of the game. Towards the end of the game, if you are a Kaizer Chiefs fan. So I'm happy with the results, and It's going to be a very interesting top eight. Last eight. Seeing that Orlando Pirates are through, seeing that Chiefs is through, and also seeing that I don't know what's going to happen with Sundowns. There are those of you who are going to watch the video after the Sundowns game, so I'm thinking they're definitely going to progress. So it's going to be nice to have maybe two of them are probably going to meet in the quarterfinals, but it would be nice to see them go into the semifinals. It's going to be an interesting Nedbank Cup this season. I'm speaking out of excitement, of course, but this has been a great game for Kaizer Chiefs, and those of us who love Kaizer Chiefs. For those of you who love Chippa United or who were supporting Chippa United, tough luck, better luck next time. Otherwise, this has been Fans Corner. Thank you so much for your time. We meet again in the next one.